they didn't get to do a voice print analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. And if the real killer had foreseen that gender would become key in today's trial, he would have tried to deflect attention away from himself by making the suspect female. So you're telling me that proves that the suspect is not a female? That doesn't add up at all. That doesn't add up at all. So basically, the only one with something to gain from doing this is our sole male suspect. It doesn't make sense. Wait a second. No way! Professor means credo is the end justifies the means. So it makes perfect sense that the student who took those words to heart would fabricate evidence. We need to get that tape analyzed as soon as possible. Even if they are analyzing that. Tape recorder updated in the court record. The voice on the tape says you're a goner, just like the in Junie's script. It may be a fake. Maybe it's not like a conclusion. So, yeah. Allow me to assist you with that. Oh. It's Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin. At least make some kind of noise so we know that you're there. It's go big or go home with Rockstar entrances, Fraulein. Timing is everything. Let me make a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the result as soon as I can. How are you gonna be able to do that? I trust that would be alright. Very much so, thanks. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but whatever. That's it? Just gonna play the riff, steal the tape recorder and leave? Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. Isn't it about time we head over for the detention center? Or to the detention center? I think Junie will agree that this is something that could prove her innocence, but will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known this was what I'd find. Very interesting. Gotta be honest. The fact that we're meeting with the Juniper again and people shedding light of her being kinda fishy. She might be hiding something. Yet another Dahlia. Yet another Dahlia. That would be interesting. October 25th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. And that about covers the main gist of our investigation. I see. Very interesting. You've been quite the busy beaver today. Oh, I didn't get any stars. Thank you for all your hard work, Athena. Well, my time's up. And it will be getting dark soon, so... Junie! You must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait! You have to listen to me. I don't want to hear anymore. I know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised. We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. And we're going to bring you solid evidence showing just what that truth is. If we succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to hear. Okay, but only if it's the real truth. So please, just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide what to do. Okay. So what? Should I give her the new evidence? What did we actually get? Up to this one here. So yeah, might as well show her all of that. Oh, that. It's my voice, isn't it? Apparently, it's a recording of you reading your script during the mock trial. But earlier, when you said it was Professor Court's voice, that was quite shocking. I never would have imagined it was the professor yelling at you. Oh, that? That was just, you know, a bluff. That was such an inspired leap of logic. You really are something special, Athena. Yeah, it takes a special kind of person to make a claim like that with a straight face. Being very confident to give the wrong answer, and then having the confidence to give an answer, thinking that it's 100% truth, and then knowing later that it's completely wrong is definitely devastating. It doesn't take my sensitive hearing to detect a dripping sarcasm, genius. Was that sarcastic? I don't know. Oh, stop slapping me, goddamn. Oh, she's gonna slap me again. Junie, can you tell us anything about this? I don't really know what to say, She went silent. Seems like she doesn't want to talk about it. Huh. Interesting. We'll try to come back to this one later. I think that's it. Might as well show her this. I guess that's that. There are a few evidence that got updated, so might as well actually. Especially this one. Same thing as the recording analysis. Do we have a face for Miriam? No. No, we don't. Shucks. Suspicions about O'Connor. What a stupid line of logic, though, viewers. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me that the fact that, oh, it's the possibility that the perpetrator actually used a female voice to deter her, to deter it from the fact that it's actually the opposite. It's male, and it's the only one that he's the only one that can do that. Which it doesn't make any sense. What kind of line of logic is that? What kind of line of logic is that? The voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. When the hell did we get that CD? And in the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. It's the year 2020 something, right? In the game, right? I forgot. Like, I think we've seen the what year this game is in. Sometimes in 2020, so I guess they're using CDs. I still use CDs. I still use CDs, but I think people mostly use flash drives. Hell, some people actually started using like carrying SSDs and USB 3s because it's faster. We're having both of them analyzed now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same. You might actually ask me, viewers, well, like, what's the point if actually... I just said it, kinda. I just answered that question, that SSDs are definitely faster. But a lot of people now carry like some like pre-rendered videos and whatnot, so it's easy to upload and download them, and not only that, like even do some like work on them. And usually the best way to do that is actually, you know, instead of actually getting the files, copying it on the same PC, and then start working on them, finish your product, and then move them back to the same drive. Usually people just, you know, plug the hard disk USB 3, because it's fast. It's fast enough in USB 3, and just work on it from there. Which this is something that I gotta be honest, I've never done. Usually, sometimes carry my USB 3, but I don't even like actually plugging my USB to other PCs. You know, because, you know, security reasons. I don't want to plug it into like a PC that's full of viruses, and there are viruses that will definitely detect any external drive and just install itself on it. Although there are mechanisms that I'm using that prevent that, especially like the locking mechanic. Yeah, whether it's software or a software lock or a hardware lock, where like you can make a flash drive a read only, so nobody have the authority to do that. Although there are some complicated viruses that can actually go around that software lock, not the hardware lock, the software lock only. It can actually go around that, which is pretty interesting. Shut up, when I say nobody care about. What do you have to say about viruses? We're having the voices in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie, and in the mock trial video we can hear you reading your line from the script. We're having both of them analyzed now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same, and the only one who would benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh. But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, Hugh confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. He is the murderer that pretended to be the murderer, even though he's not the murderer, to make people think that he's not the murderer. What kind of logic is that, game? Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. If he hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena, but none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. Although I don't think any of you committed the murder, I have a hard time believing that. Especially you, Juniper. Hugh is a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Oh, bitch. Son of a motherfucking bitch. Yeah, I don't like Juniper. Juniper is weird. Juniper is weird. Wait, Athena. My bracelet reacted just now. It did? But why? Because liar, pants on fire. You don't want to check her, you know, her face or hands for ticks, you know, as a sign of her lying. You need to check her pants because it's on fire. Yeah! How can we actually see the tick? Maybe it's gonna be the flower. Junie, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? Oh, none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. Hugh is a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Maybe the tick is gonna be her hand. Or maybe it's just the sweat. Now I'm sure of it. She is lying. And, yeah, I gotta be honest. This is one of my favorite mechanics in the Ace Attorney games. Just, using the bracelet and actually checking the ticks. I think, I like it a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Listen again. Huh. There's definitely nothing here. Huh. This is weird. What am I missing here? Huh? Is that like she's breathing fast? Her tits just gets bigger when she lies. Damn. Who made that? Who? Disney didn't make that movie. Disney didn't make that movie. They made about a kid that, you know, about a puppet, a wooden puppet that grows its nose. Should have made a. They should have made a puppet What was the name of his creator? Geppetto or something like that? Should have made a puppet that gets bigger tits every time it lies. Lie. Gotcha. Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. She's coughing? Yeah, sure. Quote unquote. I'm air quoting here of yours. Coughing. Your boob's getting bigger! You can't hide it from me no matter how hard you try. When you said, and never causes trouble, a cough escaped and made your scar flutter. As for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying. Opium! Junie, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? And I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret about me? I don't understand. I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like you think she is. He ended their friendship after he found out about Junie's secret, which means Hugh must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her the snitch, of course. I think it's the snitch. I mean, we have room to be mistaken, but I think it's because she's the snitch. You were Professor Court Snitch, weren't you? There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I hear they're watching everything we do. Our activities, our relationships, our interests. And reporting it all to one of the professors. And while fulfilling that role, you learned something about Hugh you'd rather forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please, stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. That sounded a little bit vulgar. Looks like we're going to have to do this the hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can prove my hypothesis. I don't need to look at the evidence. We already have it. And I already know it. I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch and Hugh's connection to the case. It's this. Discovered on stage. It appears to be a piece of paper torn from a notebook. The name Hugh is written on it. Take that! I'm relieved to see you're coming around. That's not it? That's not it? You see, I wasn't trying to hide anything. Juniper's one cool customer, Athena. Wait, I don't think that was the right piece of evidence. That wasn't it? That proves the connection? Whatever you show me won't change the fact that I've already told you all I know. So for something to prove Junie's the snitch? Isn't that it? Like, she has the score? Or how much he paid? I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch. About that report yesterday. That report? Is that it? It's probably the planner. Right here in Professor Court's planner, it says routine report. I believe this is meant to mean... I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report in to Professor Court. I also believe Professor Court planned to meet you in private based on the snitch's info. And from their meeting, you must have put 2 and 2 together and figured out your secret. So you see, it all makes sense. Only if you're the snitch, Junie. I really don't think that's... I really don't think that's an evidence, but whatever. Really, whatever. I mean, like, I don't think I'm wrong with showing that piece of paper, right? Like that. Like we're going into the same thing. That yeah, she is the snitch. She actually reported that to court. Whatever, game. Sniffle. Crocodile tears. Crocodile tears. Crocodile tears! Forgive me, Athena. I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is, I suspected you from the start. You did? No, this is surprising. I don't think Hugh was the one that killed her. I don't think that Hugh was the one that killed her. I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, viewers. I don't think that Hugh is that killed her. I don't. Of course, Athena is not the one that killed her, as well. But this case definitely preparing us to things to come. That's for sure. You did? No, this is surprising. I'm so sorry. I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend. You know what's the worst thing about this whole conversation? Is that the real killer is actually listening to all of this. Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does. But I don't need to sense, I don't need it to sense the pain you're feeling inside. And its intensity is intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Directly proportional. What is this, like a mathematical equation? Her relationship with her friends is a mathematical equation? What kind of sentence was that? Am I right? Who wrote this? Apollo. Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. I have a feeling that I have a feeling that will be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case. I think we're gonna get something really interesting now, viewers. Suspicions about O'Connor. What exactly was your role as class snitch? Professor Cord had told me how Academy alumni had strayed from the path of justice. Okay. The dark age of the law, huh? She didn't want any more of our students going astray like that. But few others at the Academy shared her view. I thought her ideas were beautiful, though sad and unrealistic. Something like that is definitely gonna bite him in the ass. She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about. And that report session in her planner, the one from October 22nd, was a part of that? Yes. That's when I reported Hugh to Professor Court. She snitched on her own friend? Wow. What a biatch. I would snitch on that motherfucker in a jiffy. Fuck that guy. Your report on fuck that guy. I had accidentally overheard Hugh talking. Talking to who? Talking to who? Is that what you're not gonna say who talking to who? What did you hear? He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents. What were they talking about? Something about having paid money for good test scores. I only overheard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to. What? That's bribery. How was buying his way through school? Hugh was buying his way through school. And if that's the case, then that evidence that always seemed out of place might actually be about his secrets. I know of a person, viewers, that after he graduated from high school, went to the United States, and after 3.5 years, he came back with a PhD in economics. Can you believe that shit? Like, this is not like a story I ever heard in a meeting or whatnot. No, I actually know that person. And you know, it never made sense to me, and I think kind of everyone knows that's not the case. And this is what was strange to me, that it was actually like, you can actually do that in the United States, which you would assume that things are a little bit strict, but no. 3.5 years, viewers. 3.5 years. Didn't complete 4 years, and he came back with a PhD. And like, he studied economics, and he actually worked as one of the higher management in a bank as well. And yeah, I don't have a bank account in that bank. Actually, I do. I actually do. I lied. I always joke about that. I do, but I never go to him or whatever. Which is, you know. Yeah, that's the fact of life, I guess. Sometimes people can go on with that, you know, and people, you know, do sleep knowing that fact, that they actually bought their way to higher states. And yeah, I will never, you know, never want to deal with these people at all, even wanting to talk to them, communicating with them. I actually never haven't talked to him in years, in decades even. A decade? Well, I guess it's decades. I'm old now. Multiple decades, that is. Yeah, so this is the piece of evidence that we need to present. Use scrap. We found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. I didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes, it It must mean that a bribe of 120 grand was to be paid in October. $120,000 for grades? Dude. What's more, take a look at this, Mark. The name, the same mark is on the pages of Professor Court's planner. Hey, you're right. Apollo, you just noticed that, you idiot? Wait, but why would Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? Oh, son of a bitch! Nah. Is it actually Court? Is it actually Court? You don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was? It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Professor Court. But that's impossible. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes. Well, you know, it's like the economy isn't what it used to be, so I guess gotta get that paper somehow. Like I said, it's just a possibility, but a rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed. And what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand. Maybe it was a blackmail. It's not your fault, Junie. Anybody would have suspected you if they knew what you knew. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that alone would have driven him to murder. There's another reason why I suspected you. Oh? You've got to be kidding me. There's another reason? Okay, things are getting really interesting, viewers. Your other reason. I saw her around 7 p.m. the day before the mock trial. Oh, so she's finally ready to talk about that? When I saw him, his I think she's gonna talk about his bow and arrow was out. Oh, Athena. Junie, are you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
I never wanted to see what I did. But I'll have to live with it, won't I? In that hallway, Hugh's hands. His hands were dripping with blood.
Well, that's a very important piece of clue, isn't it? His hands were dripping with blood. What? But why? What am I going to do? Deep down, I knew Hugh can't be the killer. Why was he walking like a zombie, though? Do we need to get that clue? But my mind keeps telling me he's... No matter how hard I... But my mind keeps telling me he is, no matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. Oh, what am I going to do? Hugh, he is... I can't take this anymore, Athena. keep all of that in mind, viewers, with the fact that Hugh doesn't really think highly of Juniper anymore. And I'm telling you, something is wrong with this bitch. Something is wrong with this bitch! So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said she went home at 6 because she wanted to avoid talking about what she saw. Junie, it must have been terrible holding all of that in. Yeah, look at her eyes. But it's going to be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. And that's my promise from one good friend to another. Is she a good friend, though? I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow. If that's okay with you, Professor Means. My main concern is whether you can defeat the prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I'll be watching from the gallery. And shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would excuse me. Athena, I'm sorry. I really mean it. I wish I had trusted you from the start. You have to uncover the truth tomorrow. I know you can do it. Don't worry. We already know that the prosecution's key piece of evidence is a fake. Who faked it, though? And thanks to you, we figured out the motive, too. Don't slap me. Let's give this our best shot, Athena. Let tomorrow be the day Juniper walks free. I wouldn't have it any other way. We should be all right. We should be all ready now. What could possibly go wrong this time? Everything, my guess. Still, there's this strange, uneasy feeling I can't shake. I'd better be imagining it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I think there's something terrible that's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm saying something terrible is gonna happen tomorrow!